Good day and salutations. Welcome to another episode of Togetherwerole.
Yay!
Well, we act like adults, but we're definitely children.
Oh, that way.
Strike that, reverse it.
Where's the reverse button? Too late. Sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
We would like to thank Corinne Mill, JD Arts RPG Elements, Julia O'Brien, and
Okie dear.
Okie Dear. Thank you very much for the artwork, miniatures, and other things that they provide to make this actually something worth looking at. Thank you very much. You can find all of our social links below. You can support us on Patreon.
Without further ado, last time we left our intrepid adventurers, the Silver Menagerie are doing what they need to do to wrap up their stuff before the apocalypse, and doing a little bit of god training after signing on to the various gods that wish to ascend / are forced to ascend / well, it's gonna happen kind of people. All but Ek got god training.
But Ek.
But Ek went and did a good.
I feel like that was the whole text chain.
Hashtag total clapping. No.
Careful.
I need a gif of just Ek clapping.
And then another one of Ek twerking.
We already have one of
AI art. AI art is all I'm saying.
But because it's a shell, it's just a shell going up and down.
I'm dying. Anyway, the Silver, Ek specifically went over to his old childhood home and proceeded to kill everyone that's not a slave.
And everything.
He got the UPS guy even.
Yeah.
I know he said that's not a slave.
Golf clap.
Well played. Well done. Yeah.
Golf clap.
We'd like to thank our former corporate secretary. What can Brown do for you?
Low hitters tonight.
Wow. Yeah,
It's gonna be one of those episodes.
Went through half the magical items. Things are still being unloaded, even though it has been several weeks. You are now in possession
That's
of...
all right. We have former slaves to unload our ships.
Oh no! Because we are amassing an army. No, we're not.
You said that!
I was drunk.
Ek tried to...
Ek was drunk.
That's your defense about everything.
I was drunk, I was stupid, I was drunk, I was stupid.
And then I threw up.
Ek tried to amass or mobilize the city of forged individuals, the Etrin itself, to prepare for the Doomsday Apocalypse. He only managed to get 2 Doomsday Preppers that wear tinfoil hats due to a natural 3 of explaining the situation.
Yeah, there's these 2 little kids.
Not kids, elders.
Elders. We believe you.
Mostly
They
homeless.
haven't been listening to us for eons. We believe you.
They definitely hear voices, and they're both warlocks of the fiend. Anyway,
I mean, when they actually hear voices, like, that's legit.
yeah, it's like when you have a dream, if you hear voices, go see someone. Seriously,
I've got a dream.
That's
so
bad
so
indeed.
Rapunzel is suddenly a warlock. That's what I just heard.
Before I forget, Quinn, we didn't really finish up your loose end tying. You started your thing in your kingdom, in your home, meeting your sister and stuff like that. Todd, Todd did, actually, Vedic, did you hand over the MacGuffin to him?
No.
Oh, okay.
I
So
had the MacGuffin, I gave it to Vedic.
Yeah, you
and
gave
then
it to
I
Vedic.
went and helped.
yeah. So
That
at
was
this
where we
point,
ended.
you guys were doing some of your stuff. Vedic, what were you doing at this point? I'm going to say a 3-month journey overall as you guys are doing stuff and tying up loose ends and going to save
Journey
slaves.
where? Like,
Well, people are just doing stuff. Because anything you do right now,
You
unless...
have 3 months to do stuff.
Yeah.
just to my onesie?
You're gonna take 3 months to get into a onesie?
It's an epic onesie.
So many buckles, but it never falls off.
And it's a bitch to get the tail in.
You have to get your running start.
Jesus.
Jump off the roof.
Sometimes the tail goes in the leg, and you've got to start the whole process over.
He's got it coated in oil. It's a latex one.
Yeah. Powder.
So that's your first week.
All right. So
That's your first one.
Vedic will spend he just spent a year training under the auspices of a trickster goddess. He's going to spend at least a week getting completely blotted out.
Yep.
Just don't bother. Like, he will arcane lock the doors to the bar in their house.
Full blown hermit.
Just don't call me.
Sounds right.
All right.
All right. It's already there. Been there. Done that.
Stepping outside, though.
Squinting in the light.
Honestly, Vedic would spend a fair amount of time doing some reconnaissance. You know, if I've got an amount of time, and I do not know what that amount of time is. First thing I'm going to do is find out how much time have we got. Like, nail this down to the lunar phase.
It's almost been a year since you left to the Feywild, and then did traveling, and then went into space and stuff like that.
So
it's been a solid 10 months. 10 months, 3 weeks, and 4 days.
So we have slightly more than
6 years.
6 years.
Yeah. 6 years and change.
Okay. That's the first thing I'm going to find out. Second thing I'm going to find out is... Well, actually, at this point, if I've got 6 years, I might start commissioning small bands of adventurers to take on certain tasks for me to set things up.
I mean, do you have the money for it?
Oh, we might have the money for it. Imagine your new Warlock patron just unzips the thing, goes, how much do you need? All right. 10 platinum, here you go.
I picture Quinn is like, I'm gonna go do a little archery training, to get ready for this fight. And then it's a cutscene of an arrow hitting, and then it's like that scene from Wanted where it backtracks the flight of the arrow, and it's like from the next county, threaded through somebody's donut, and he comes back and says, like, how many times did you shoot? It's like, 3.
Like in there was a movie...
Wanted.
Wanted, yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
So yeah, I actually think like that would be a first-rate thing for him to do. We start commissioning adventuring groups to go, here, go raid this tomb of this somebody that I've never actually heard of before.
So are you representing yourself as the face man of the game that's mobilizing, or are you going to use other means of like hiring people that are...
He hires me to hire them.
Okay, that means you make the charisma roll, and you don't need the roll because your passive is godly, unnatural in all ways, shape, and form. So you have people, and some of them saves that he saved are lining up going, yeah, so, I mean, first of all, what are the benefits? Are you, like, paying well and stuff like that?
Healthcare for a little while.
for a little while.
About 6 years of healthcare.
Oh, that's when you renew the contract. Right, okay.
Yeah.
Trash breaks out. Oh, now I see why it gets eaten by a trash.
We cover everything except for, and then there's like 4 very specific things we don't carry. We don't cover. It's like, why those 4 things? No reason.
No reason. No
Number
reason.
1, death by volcano. Number 2,
Trampled by Trask.
trampled by Trask. Not just trampled, but trampled by
death by
Trask.
Anything involving mind flayer piloted demonic entities.
Plants. All plants.
Natural or demonic.
Here's the dwarven contractor. Like, I don't understand this, but this seems very,
This is very specific.
You know what I mean?
They're sending me to a swamp. I don't see the volcano being an issue.
Volcanic explosion. Please don't ask.
I like it.
That's spot on for Vedic, especially if he's, attempting to gain new deific strength and powers.
Need followers.
He's suddenly, Vedic would become a very good Warlock patron.
Lucrative?
Well, no, just if you're gonna have
he knows what's gonna happen, so he needs people to go do shit about it.
Right? So start not just training up adventurers. Go take out 10. He would be the guy who'd be sitting there and he's got a hat and a funny nose on and goes, I need you to kill 10 rats. Great. You killed 10 rats. I need you to go kill 15 deer. Go that way. Don't ask why. You're going to need it in 6 years. Go kill 15 deer.
Now, and in a moment, you're going to ask me to go collect 14 yellow flowers.
I need the kobolds off of 15, the candles off of 15 kobold miners.
Exactly. So he's going to start training up, not just sending good, decent, hireable adventurers out to go and get resources, because we're going to have a fight. This is going to be a fucking world war. But also training up young adventurers to go, oh yeah, this mine that I totally didn't clear out yesterday and summoned like 6 little methods. No, this mine is real dangerous.
So you're so you're Gandalfing this shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like, all right.
We're sending them on little quests. So
exactly. You're growing the children of adventurers.
I've got my army of pixies out there creating illusions for things to find.
Exactly. But not just that. This is the kind of thing.
These people are gonna have infinite illusions on how to kill things because they're just gonna we know how to take out a bone devil. A real bone devil shows up. Oh no!
We're gonna put them up against an illusion of a bone devil, and until they figure out how to get it, it's still there.
No, we put them up an illusion of a bone devil, and it turns out it's actually just Quinn, behind the illusion. He's like, oh! You've got me! I'm slain!
They're cute 6 years later.
Todd, I need you to haunt this house.
Yeah, baked goods are fine. You can be the baking ghost.
Woo!
Don't go in there.
And now we just have infinite potential of cartoons for children. Cartoon Scooby-Doo episodes.
Okay, so on top of that, take a hand in urban planning. Oh no, this bank vault that you're gonna send, this wall is way too weak. In the middle of the night he's moving survey markers, going, this wall needs to be 10 more feet.
Doing the angel
Crowley.
What you're saying is it's the busiest you have ever been.
which is a bitch. But by a month and a half in of doing this shit, you are the first one to find out that you can actually legitimately do Warlock patrons.
Nice.
A number to equal to your intelligence modifier.
All right.
You're the first one to find this out.
I can become a Warlock.
Yes.
Wait a minute. People
I'm at -1, so I can't be.
I'm patronizing.
No.
I think I get suckered into being
you might actually just unintentionally.
Yeah.
Oh, so he could be a Warlock patron. What do I get?
Me.
I'm a muse to bards.
You're the Archfey patron. You can do the same fucking thing.
No, that's right.
But Warlocks is just a different way of giving magic. You're not to the point of oh yeah, you can be my cleric.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah.
But this is the beginning of things. And you can tell them, and I just like to think that, you wake up one day, someone's asking, please, I need some more fucking spells, man! I just need a little bit more, enough of this cancer bullshit! Where's my spells? What if I give a little bit, 10 platinum?
15!
And that's your first war.
Suddenly I have a patron. Suddenly I have a Warlock.
You paid him off. I have a follower.
Yeah, it's and that was the sign-on bonus. It's you have to pay the initial fee in order to become a Warlock of Vedic.
But suddenly now I have Warlocks to watch over. So now those advanced adventuring groups, no, take this guy. I'm your patron. With this smoke. Now you're Of course, I'm travel size for your convenience. Now, you will form the world's most awesome band. I mean, of adventurers. And you're going...
Adventurers! Yes, adventurers, not mass murderers. Murder hobos.
Adventurers.
I would like to.
So you're the first one to find that out. Your perceptive / insight skill, you probably find this out after he has like the second patron.
He's paying off his second. Go tell all your friends.
Which brings up the other fact, you're able to do this too, Quinn, and same thing with Tom. So,
like, seriously, is it based on intelligence?
no,
Oh, okay.
yours would be
You
based.
subtract patrons from the people around
Yeah.
Yours would be
Thank
based
God.
off your dex. His would be based off his charisma.
Okay.
There are gods based off of raw physical abilities.
I have a question.
You not take the book that raises your hit by 3?
I've already
I would
used
like
one.
mine to be based off my constitution, since my whole thing is basically
Okay,
endurance. And, like, just enduring your fate. So, constitution
Oh, no.
feels more appropriate.
The
Actually-
problem is you're going to become the most powerful deity
Enduring is very
down the
hard to
road
say.
because
with-
it's just endurance. My whole thing is just
Enduring is really hard to say with my mouth. Enduring your fate. It's a lot easier to say dragging out your fate.
Dragging out what?
Hanging out with you certainly is dragging out. Yeah.
Dragging out! You heard him!
So,
Oh,
with his
that's
assistance,
what you call it. Look at the little
Vedic,
tiny
you have
guy.
a banner of adventurers. How much money are you putting into this to see how fast it will grow?
I mean, I have no other reason or means of spending that kind of money.
So, just name a price, and I'll just say in 3 months on how many people you have.
3 months to spend. Let's start with 10,000 gold for the first round. For the first win.
Jesus Christ. Yes, you have immediately a guild home of your choice and design.
That's 1,000 platinum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, to initial start, you have 100 adventurers right off the bat.
We've got 6 years to found a company of adventurers. Here we go.
Yeah.
Quinn comes back in like 2 months with like a full charter and a board of regents. Like, you're talking about creating a business? I got this.
Yeah, and you're from like the another adventurers guild already
Yeah.
from the Green Ward, and it's like
You do realize that 90% of these people are going to die.
You do realize that like 30% of our adventuring party is going to die.
On a long enough timeline, 100% of everyone else is going to die.
Well, technically,
All right, 99%.
Here's the reality of it.
Nothing's absolute.
Like, ascending, not technically living, already dead.
Right.
Doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
So, the truth is that we have to keep
I'm gonna take it. He can be one of mine. It's okay.
I belong.
so. Whatever you wish to name your guild hall, let me know. And I know it's going to be interesting.
Aw, I would already. You know, if I had my own guild hall, I'd call it Extraordinary Guild Hall.
No.
the League of Extraordinary Adventurers.
So that's banned. That's banned.
We're smart on this. We don't have one. We have 3.
And they
don't
compete.
And they compete. They don't know they all work for the same organization.
Make a
Golden Scales.
golden scales. Okay. Ooh, I like that.
Balance thing too. Very cool.
And I'm going to say at the end of the 3 months, after you name the Golden Scale Adventurers Guild is founded, you have a number of people that are going out and hunting a lot of dinosaurs, a couple of fiends, which is concerning,
Fly-by-night enterprises.
negotiating Fey dealings, because the Fey are also here, of both the Seelie and Unseelie court, strangely. And then a familiar draconic lord comes through, known as Balric.
Need the third one.
Yeah, you recognize this one, Vedic. This is the guy that is diseased and stuff like that. That is technically the maintainer of this segment of the continent, being a draconic lord. Comes in with the 3 heads of Vedic variants and demands payment, even though it wasn't on the guild's list of bounties. Approved bounties, I should say.
All right. Check the teeth. Check teeth. All right, fine. Warlock number 3. What was your name?
John, sir.
John. That's what I meant. Pay the man.
How much is your head worth?
I was so ready for the name to be Bob.
There's John, Phil, and
it's all the minions. It's Steve, Kevin, Stan.
Yep. He's a human fighter
Bob.
named Bob, which, by the way, is the default, the most famous character ever created in D&D.
I'm gonna name my next villain Bob.
That's why I just was watching another YouTube thing on.
We need our third organization.
Oh, are we actually doing 3?
Yeah, sure. We've got the Golden Scales, Fly-By-Night Enterprises.
Okay.
The Relentless Sigh.
That'll work.
Wow.
That will work.
The Relentless.
I would between the Golden Scale, the Flyby Enterprise, and the Relentless Sigh Adventuring Guild, I would probably go to the Relentless Sigh. But that's just because it's it.
Sure, but then you'd get your first 3 assignments, all of which involve, like, I need you to stand outside this keep and defeat any of this particular creature that approaches. There'll be about 2 over the course of a month. I believe in you.
An entire, and 100 of them go.
I love the idea
And
that
the walls
each of
come
us
crawling
is
down.
running a different one. So, like, he's in the Golden Scales. He's got all of his crazy, like, obscure
It's
references.
like, why do we need this incredibly obscure chicken egg?
I've got, like, actual business enterprises going on.
Yes!
I need 4 phoenix eggs.
Yes.
Like, oh, we're gonna raise phoenixes? No. Best omelets on the planet.
I have 3 Phoenix eggs. We never went back to that.
By now, we should have 3 phoenixes.
All of mine hatched, so... I
Yeah.
had 500 bird eggs.
Where were they being kept?
They were kept in his hole, and they all hatched, and he owes me money. That's a separate
Like,
issue.
that's what that noise is. That's what that noise is. I keep having to open it up for air.
Rattling when he walks.
Every 10 minutes. Open it up. Breathe,
No,
chicks, breathe.
They're phoenixes, so when they die, they resurrect, and then they die again.
He's just got so much ag.
Yeah, you thought it was the amount of gold you had in there stopping you from sticking stuff. You'd start dumping out. It's just waves of ash. Just billowing clouds of it.
And then the phoenix screaming for mercy.
Anyway.
Luckily, it doesn't remember its past lives.
Even if it did, they're all just darkness.
In more ways than one. So yeah, I'm gonna say you have to run it after he gets like founded, because then he makes his own, and it's like you're the guild master.
Oh, fine.
Yeah. So going to make 3 charisma checks real quick.
Oh no, it's absolutely. I'm still like, he's making the decisions for one. I am the guy running it. She's making the decisions for another one. I am the guy. Like, I'm 5 different people in this enterprise.
He's got a bunch of hats in his room.
Oh god. So now we got a Illuminati
I don't
style.
know if I'd go along with it.
Yeah.
Okay. You can run your own way, but the other is like Quinn is like 8 different people in the different organizations.
And, like, it's because we have become in direct opposition. Like, you're god of freedom, and I'm god of the pretensions of freedom.
Yeah.
And, like, you might give these people hope that it's gonna change, and
It's not.
It's not. I need you to stand outside of that door for the next 3 weeks, and that's your job.
You're just gonna be the military.
No, no, they can leave at any time. It's just gonna be sad. The
Yeah,
whole
you
time
know,
they're
it's-
here.
Why am I guarding this post? You don't need to know why. I want to know.
Because it's your destiny. Head says you stay there, tail says you don't. Lands on heads for the 897th time.
What are the odds?
He's been there so long. So
That's
he knows the-
right.
I have the coin from the beginning of Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, and it's just heads, 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 heads.
Would you like to play questions?
What good would that do?
All right.
It's true. And there's that.
So-
Watch, I've got a feather and a bowling ball.
Done, and done. Over the course of the next 3 months, as you guys are setting this up, you actually further secure additional lands for farmings and stuff like that that have over the course of just being there, dinosaur ridden and goblin ridden, and by the way, when I say goblin ridden, these are some jacked goblins because they had to fight fucking T-Rexes. So they're not just goblins. They're like, all right, that's a full-blown tribe, and we have to negotiate them.
I've got a group full-on planting a yew forest just because that's the best wood to make bows out of for the army that we're going to need.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Like, you're doing all these, like, subtle things that doesn't make sense until, like, 6 years later, which I love.
And that was the IMU crew?
Yeah.
Over the course of the 3 months, there have been...
that was a lovely sigh.
There has been border disputes between the Verosian and the Forged Nation. Not kingdom. Forged Nation.
We might have to pull a 9 feet of evil. Quinn is going to get himself hired by both sides to negotiate the peace.
Is anyone, during their time of being a guild master / doing other things, is anyone looking into other matters apart from that during the 3 months? Otherwise, I'll just say roll an investigation / perception check to get basic information.
I've got divination spells that I can throw around.
Okay. So, especially with the Staff of Divination, I use it more of a prophecy style divination and stuff like that. Going to make a Arcana check in place of your perception check.
I would like to do as much research as I can into any successful efforts to direct a Tarrasque attack.
Ooh.
Historically,
you don't.
Across the multiverse, which I have some manner of access
yes,
to.
you do, especially with Niquis and the new patron that you have that is your teacher, along with the dead, literally. Go ahead and roll a...
Of course, most of the dead involving a Tarrasque attack were not successful.
Which means I've learned things not to do.
Yes.
Apparently, running and screaming is really ineffectual.
Apparently, just makes it angrier.
And given the fact that history is written by the victors, that explains why there's so little information on it.
I'm just getting an image of Todd doing the scene from the D&D movie where he's asking all the dead bodies five questions.
That kind of the question? Yes!
You think I would have learned by now? Excuse me?
So,
how have I not learned by now? I don't know.
Alright, so...
I accidentally bring Eck along on one of my journeys out there, and he's just like, what are they saying? And
This
is not making it easier.
Specifically, you get a bill.
I get a bill.
You get mail.
Because now that you have enough money, and it's clear that you have enough money to pay it, it's like...
This is insane. You're a guild master. Your DM,
no, this is not about the guild master.
No, but your DM just gave you a bill that he crafted before we had this session.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an old...
It's the retrofits on the lawnmower.
Oh.
Yeah. Bro, you really think that I don't have something in all this?
Also, it's been a hot minute since those charges accrued.
Pink plushy unicorns? What?
No, the pink plushie is the dice. The unicorns are animatronic.
So, what was your... Oh, sorry.
You didn't tell me what to roll.
Right,
That's why I
got
do
distracted.
this. That look right there is why I do this.
Investigation check with advantage.
Okay.
Arcana check was a 32.
32.
I just picture there's some page comes up like, sir, we just received a rather hefty bill from the Shipwrights Guild, and I'm just like, oh.
21.
You like hand him a bag, and he's like,
why is it there's no coining here? It's like, oh, it's a bag of holding. That's a lot of money.
I want change.
And the bag back.
Yes, sir. It's like,
I'm not going to take the time to count it.
No.
They're going to count it.
Yeah, they got people to count that. They got literally Warforged designed to count money.
Extra thumbs.
Yeah.
No.
It's all the chest area where you...
No, they just dump it in here. They just dump it in here.
Some are fortunate soldiers, some are scouts, some are scholars, some are Coinstar.
Some of them you just walk up with 4 barrels of coins in the bag.
Yeah, no,
And of course, they always
The problem is when you gain sentience, why am I existing? To count money. Good God.
And of course, they always put them right up at the front of the market so everyone knows how poor you are.
Yeah.
I've told you 3 times. I should add numbers to it at this point.
I'll give you some extra. I'm sorry.
21.
21. All right. We'll get you in a moment. Vedek, what were you divinity again?
Divinity?
Divinification?
Yeah.
Everything. That's who he is now.
Just general everything and keep an eye on pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Remember, he's starting a religion. At this point, he's pontificating.
Yeah. So, all right.
Do whatever.
The war. The first thing that comes to your attention is the war, because borders are a thing, especially when you're trying to build a business on a smaller nation, that it will easily get dwarfed by the Verosian Empire, because they got the resources for days. Now, the Verosian Empire, if they wanted to, can crush this country. They can crush the forest nation of Harkern. However, they're not sending a lot of resources. They're sending enough resources. They're sending 5 ships at a time and no more. They have enough to send more than 5 ships or 5 platoons, and yet only 2 of those platoons, like for some reason 1 or 2 of those platoons don't arrive to their destination.
That's odd.
I think
and then you go into, oh, it's a propaganda. As you start to hear the various rumors, seeing flyers, divining the thoughts of humans and emotions, and then the classic propaganda of the Warforged menace is stealing your children. Join today, join the military to repel the evil monstrosity of metal and stone. They are soulless creatures aiming to take away your center of life and your known. Yada, 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 yada.
And on the
so when did they get to the propaganda part?
And on the next curb, there's someone who looks suspiciously like Quinn in like hobo rags going, join the unification. We have muffins.
Try them, they're very good.
But it's literally over a course
Getting the stick to just bake.
with divination and stuff like that, you're able to piece together that the Russian Empire is at war with Etrin, but they're not treating it like a proper war. They're treating it as a unification of their country that has been in shambles for a little bit to specifically scare the nobility, to get the nobles to go all say, yes, we will follow the crown and work like proper noblemen instead of being, corrupt officials and stuff like that, in order to heal the kingdom, the empire, to prepare for an inevitable bigger war, whatever they decide is going to be a bigger war later. They're not actually planning to crush the smaller nation.
I need to go back to the whiteboard for a second.
Okay.
We've got this green dragon bitch. Now, I'd sort of ignored her for the time being, but if she's pulling the strings and being a problem, and we know she's controlling the Verosian Empire...
Which brings up a few platoons disappear every time they're sent out. Out of like 5 to 7, 1 to 2 didn't make it to the destination. And that's what your DC 30 gets you. It's clear that bodies are disappearing.
Something is going on. Now, either bodies are disappearing, or they're being redirected in mass to something else.
Yep.
Okay, it's time to start investigating. Look, a horde of young and fresh adventurers.
Yes! Can we do it? Yeah! When are we gonna do it? Today! What are we doing? I don't know.
Alright, so I will bring this up. I will bring this up at the next secret Shadow Cabal meeting. What is the ruling party of Harkern, remind me? What are they called? The Council of...
The Council of Temperate Thought.
Alright, the Council of Insolent Ideas.
And actually, there was a little bit of hubbub on the Temple of Thought. One of them has been replaced with a flashback. They realize after someone...
Especially like Quinn in our...
Not quite, but someone brought up in the latest meeting that...
It's been me the whole time!
Brought up that...
I got away with it.
the conversation went about is, wait a minute, only officials of the Warforged Nation that now has 2 cities is only Warforged? Isn't that a little...
Racist?
And then they're like,
No back taxation without representation.
No. And then they kind of went silent. Oh shit, that guy is kind of racist. But we were the founders of it. Just because you're a founder of something and now you have organics inside of it, how do you know what we need when you're not organic? You just jam yourself with liquids and that's it. How do you know what tastes good? I want salt. I want pepper.
Somehow I feel like these are my people. I'm not sure how I
Todd's
got
there in a
here.
funny hat going, more pepper, more pepper.
More spices.
Like, this is happening and I'm like,
The flavor war is real! Stop oppressing our culinary tradition!
Leavening agents for everyone.
I'm not real sure how I got here.
Our leavening rises all breads.
Well, is this the canon area where Todd finds out you can get warlocks?
Yeah, sure. I'm good with that.
It's the flavor war. But it's a legitimate, like, the Warforged were making nutritious food, but it wasn't tasty. It was just like, yeah, these are nutritious bars, congratulations, and it keeps you alive. And then it's like, well, that's not exactly...
Why do you care at that
It's like, it's not enriching for people that have taste and smells and, you know, want, especially the dwarves.
What is life without culinary memories?
Exactly,
You must understand!
So now the council member known as Phillips, that is actually a sea elf, is elected into the Temple of Thought, that is actually the House representative of the Sleeping Titans.
This man has an understanding of shellfish preparation that you could only dream of. Trust him! Butter for everyone!
It is actually now on Quinn's to-do list is to get himself elected to a position of power in every nation that's going to be involved as a different person. It's like, we're going to need everybody involved. All right, I got this, guys.
Okay. I will bring up the...
I absolutely need a montage moment where you run in and you're wearing the wrong hat for that nation. You're at this council, everything's going great. This council, everything's going great. The next council, you forgot to swap hats. Realize what happened.
What are you doing here?
That man's a cabinet for the foreign secretary.
There's suddenly a scandal in the newspaper that those two are having an affair, and that was the way that you worked out the fact that he showed up at that council meeting.
And the one guy that has the whiteboard that has all the strings and it's like smoking.
One day I figured it out.
No one believes him.
And one day he's walking down a dark alley and a kobold goes.
The problem is that's the guy you want to give a job because he'll figure shit out.
Oh, he's gonna get a job, all right.
I was gonna hire him.
Too late. He's already been knocked out.
He's been press-ganged.
No, it's a...
He wakes up tied to a chair with a light and goes,
Do you want to go against...
So I've got these ships that are missing, right?
So do you want to be, try to replace this elected official that is
I don't
Phillips?
want to replace anybody, but there's regular elections, right?
Well, there are now.
Election is a strong word.
There are now.
Yeah.
Because they realize, like, wait a minute, we're taking... Because the same thing with the, like, wait a minute, you're forged that don't age!
Maybe we need to get Sparks elected.
Sparks is in the closet right now.
We need to get Sparks elected because I think it'll be even more hilarious for Nathan to come back for the next session.
Yes, official council,
what?
council member of the Temple Thought, Sparks.
So what are you all doing during the council meeting? And it's like, oh, we're doing this, and he starts to say, no, you're in it. It's like, why am I? You're one of the counselors.
What?
Right.
Since when? Since yesterday.
So, Vedic will bring up the fact that these ships and people are missing from the Verosian war effort.
To the council members?
No, to us.
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to go check it out?
Yeah, in a way.
And that's where your investigation check comes in.
Okay.
I I guess I'm gonna go check it out. This is going to be a supersonic stealth mission.
Supersonic.
When did she start making the flipper noises?
You know, the Warform's definition of stealth is just to kill everyone in the room so that no one is able to report the situation. That kind of reminds me of you sometimes, of just like you're moving too fast. Of like, yes, I saw a supersonic bunny.
Like, no one's gonna believe him if
I was just saying.
You're like,
So tell us, where were you when you saw this super bunny? Supersonic bunny. Like,
Right. And what did you
with a
consume
glowing
prior?
sword of moonlight, you say.
a translucent supersonic bunny with glowing ears.
That comes with
Glowing
muffins?
sword. Okay. And she left you with an apple muffin.
And what was in this apple muffin?
It was actually just an apple. All right, yeah. that's-
It was Pippin.
Okay, Billy.
Pippin.
Billy. So, and your passive stealth is high enough regardless.
Yeah.
But due to the members of the Exalted Claw exceptional capabilities, you still beat their ass. But I want you to make a single stealth to see if the controller of the Exalted Claw, aka the Draco-lich, notices your movement.
That's such a bummer. That's just the worst. That's gonna be a
Just tell us
37,
Jesus Christ.
I think. It's 19 plus 18. That's 37, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So even with an
Like I said, it's a super bummer.
even with an impressive investigation check of plus 20, I rolled a natural 11.
What,
So that's a what? Literally standing in front of like members of Exalted Claw. Yes.
I choose to believe that it's the fact that they didn't look down. Like, I'm just...
You use that to your advantage.
I come back to the one maid holding the tray as the angry bunny walks through one wall and then through another one.
Took my bag and get my bag back.
And your investigation was 21. And I'm going to give a little of plus 5 because of that impressive stealth. You're able to walk through walls because ghost powers.
It would have been a 40, but she was going dun 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 the whole time.
Making the dun 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 sound.
I just circle back to the kitchen to apply salt.
That's how stealthy she is. The comfort ground goes, what does this need? Din it, din, 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 din.
And you actually catch a couple guards in midst that got one of the commander of a platoon that was about to be deployed to the front lines to the menace of society that is the Harkern, the forged people. Got this like surprise in the moment change orders, which they're disgruntled, like, what? But my brother died to the front lines, and it's like a couple of like disgruntled, and that's why it brought your attention. And you were able to see the note that was actually already transcribed because it came in, in a coded message, which is, normal tactics and stuff like that. And you find the location of that they were going to be deployed to, which is actually out in a random bit of nowhere. If you keep tailing them, you find out that as soon as they got to the location, they stopped in marching formation for a solid 30 seconds, and they all fell dead. Before, one by one, rising, and starting the march towards random abandoned mines.
Wait, so when you say rising, are you saying like they floated, or are you saying like they
dropped
stood
dead.
up?
They dropped dead, and they arise. You know what undead are. They
Sure.
arised as undead entities and went to random bits of like abandoned mines across
Circle of
that
death,
area.
and then they got better.
Yep. Now make
So
a
it's a
Better.
Draw this on the map, 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 draw a big no dead bunny skull crossing bones, and
make a perception check because you have blind sight.
that is a 29.
29. So you see him before he sees you. He's invisible, but you recognize the aurora of the silent smile. This familiar.
I fucking kill him.
You have the drop
I
on
fucking killed him.
in the middle of the field that just completed this assignment. Describe his end, because you have the drop on him and you have.
I got you.
So the half. Because he's invisible, but your blind side, you realize, like, wait, something's on my perimeter of the blind side, and you move over, and he doesn't realize that you're there, because you're, like, using shrubbery, you're not standing in the middle of nowhere, kind of stuff. And
So what's going to happen is I'm going to, like, stealth up above him and then take the necklace of strangulation, drop it on him,
Ride his ass down to the ground and stab him repeatedly in the face. Go, don't touch my stuff, you piece of shit! I don't want job!
That's the activation phrase. Don't touch my stuff.
I'm sure that's the activation phrase.
the activation phrase is going to be like, or something, as it like, lands on him, but that's not... Like, I activate it as it goes on, and then it's just going to be pure rage.
As a surprise, I'm going to give you advantage. Make a athletics, or sorry, acrobatic. No, athletics. No, acrobatics check. Sorry. I always get athletics and acrobatics.
Well,
That's a
the problem
20
that
plus
you-
18 plus 5.
Wow.
So can I just murder the bitch already? Because these ones aren't here to stop me.
With a
this
natural
time.
5 Constitution saving throw, he is immediately choking and suffocating. He goes down on the floor, still invisible, mind you, as this necklace is now strangling him, being a necklace of strangulation, which is an awesome item, by the way. And you're stabbing him repeatedly on the back.
No, in the face. Like,
Oh, in
I
the
came
face.
down on front of him, it's feet to chest, shove him to the ground, stab, 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 stab.
So
while
I
he's
have an
choking.
I thought I
While
was
this-
cruel to
I've
the
tried to
miners.
kill him
While
many times.
while this Quentin Tarantino moment is happening, I have a very
Tarantino.
serious question. What?
Quentin Tarantino.
So good. Why didn't I think of that myself?
Tarantino.
Wow. Okay, so
Go
while
crap,
this
go
Tarantino moment is happening, I have a very serious question. Does he rise from the dead?
So, normally, yes, this is
He's
where we
not
pop.
gonna.
This is where
I
we
will
pop.
kill him again and again.
This is where
God
we
never
so,
comes back. It's just there. Fucking kill him.
Suffocating, surprise round, 123 hit points. You can take care of that pretty fucking fast. While he's suffocating at the same time, which he drops straight to 0 hit points, so he goes unconscious because unfortunately, the necklace of suffocation does its job.
Sure.
He dies. His soul is about to go back to his phylactery.
I mean, it gets absorbed into my thing.
Yeah, so go to roll. So just like rinse repeat of the last lich thing that you got.
The other lich is in there going, first time.
This is still a contest. What did we do last time? It was a spell modifier thing, but it was against your. So D20 plus your dexterity modifier.
Okay.
We'll do that because your dex is more of a rogue thing, and
Yeah.
but it's a magical thing, but it's an innate thing.
To accomplish what? Like, what are you trying to?
To contest against the lich capabilities of the Draco-lich, because technically.
It's a big bad soul. I shouldn't get to snag it. As
The
easy as
Draco-lich
the other
has
ones.
abilities that it's like your soul is mine.
I might make that a spell attack roll.
Spell attack roll?
Yeah.
But she doesn't have a spell attack.
Yeah.
Give her one.
I
I
said
think
use.
he just kind
Dex.
of did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, very much like the spell magic or
Yeah.
counterspell. You use your raw spellcasting ability modifier,
Yeah.
which is hers. It's going to be Dex.
That's what. Yeah.
And same thing. I don't add
But you-
proficiency bonuses.
Well, no, I would give her proficiency in this. If that's.
He's the DM.
I have a question.
He looked at me to ask
No,
the
no, no, no,
question,
no, no.
and I was like,
I
I would.
rage in this moment.
I,
I just feel like
sure, you
spiritually
can rage.
it's
What,
happening.
what do you want to accomplish in this rage?
Wow, that's interesting. I went through the same. You're gonna all fucking die right now. Last episode, I went completely blitz on everybody, and I was like, "You're a fucking
When
dead."
did Quinn become the voice of reason?
No,
and
Well, it wasn't going to be
If you look
G.
if you look in Dispel Magic and Counterspell,
Yeah.
it's just raw spell
Okay,
casting middle
yeah.
modifier. It doesn't add proficiency bonuses.
There you go.
And that's what I'm using here.
okay, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a +7 for intelligence for the Draco-lich. I'm gonna roll it on the table.
4.
Here, hold on a
5,
second.
almost.
We're gonna show that. Just
what
a
is that?
second here. We're gonna show that.
Okay.
You get a dice cam.
I'm gonna go to the combat
Would you like
cam,
me to
and here we
roll
go.
visibly
It was
or
the
just
blue one.
use-
Yeah.
So you no, it rolled on the
It's
table.
a
Why not?
5.
That's a 5. She's gonna use luck. What is that?
12.
12. Okay, 12 plus
7.
7.
So my one thing that I would like to do as like a let's get freaky with our high level stuff is I would like to use steady aim since I'm not moving.
And you had time to do that.
Right. So like I'm here, I'm just standing on him, stabbing him and whatever, and I'm reacting all from this space.
Yeah.
So I would like to roll this with advantage. Also because I never
Like you were prepping to take his soul.
Yeah, like I knew that was gonna happen and bitch, I'm keeping it.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
I'll allow it. Instead of taking advantage on the attack, which you would have had anyway, you just make it so that you're prepping the thing in advance so that you can grab the soul.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
Because fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's a 19 over there.
Oh, Jesus.
So that plus 6,
You got it.
and I'm gonna pull out the lantern and I'm gonna kind of wave at him, and then I'm gonna keep stabbing his face.
He's literally just he's standing there just like, what happened?
That's actually right. Wait, what?
You got him down so quickly and got the jump on him, even though he's invisible. He was not expecting just Death Bunny Oblivion.
Death Bunny.
Death Bunny Oblivion.
No one ever expects the Death Bunny.
Fair enough, like the Grim
It's
Reaper.
like those TikToks where the person sees the self-defense technique, like TikTok, and then it shows them in that position, and they go to do it, and all of a sudden they're just surrounded by clouds, like, oh.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. And then you see the Draco, the other Lich guy that he got started like, did I die? Yeah. But are we supposed? Yeah. But why aren't we? I don't know.
It's a bunny, man. It's a bunny.
It's the bunny. So you got him.
Yep. Cool. And I'm gonna be like, so after yeah, motherfucker. Does he have stuff? He has.
The stuff is probably not on there, but he does have stuff in his inventory that I'll have to print out later.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that so much as okay, it's the boots. That's what I have been curious regarding. But
And
why does he have a bag of ball bearings?
because ball bearings are awesome,
Why does he have 3 sets of boots?
he likes his boots.
Wait,
Man collects shoes.
3 sets of boots? That's like an afternoon,
Right?
of activities. Like,
And
Oh
after,
no, he has 2 sets of boots, and you have called out which ones he's attuned to.
yes.
Okay, never
Yeah,
mind.
no, it's like he has
2
multiple.
pairs of boots makes perfect sense. 3 pairs of boots when you're out walking about doing desert work. Like, you know where you're going. You don't need 3 sets.
yes, but what if there just happens to be like
So-
a formal occasion that I'm going to need,
So the
some nice
boots-
dress shoes?
Or actually
I'm so
fused
jealous.
to his feet.
Oh, I just wanted to know what it was. Like, what was making him invisible, and I'm just like, ah, that's what it was,
Any
you
pair of
piece of shit.
boots is 2 pairs
They're
of
called
boots.
the boots of Null.
Okay.
It is a vestige, and it's also considered to be a dark vestige.
We
You
found
know,
another
what's
dark vestige.
really important about that is I'm gonna skin him.
I mean, he's a half dragon, so yes, his skin is valuable.
So he makes a half decent set of armor.
Skinning him while he's invisible.
I'm going to skin him, I'm going to take his teeth, and then I'm going to light what's left on fire.
Jeez. And after the stabbing cue to like 5 minutes, like 20 minutes later, like just a freaking fire.
People
Everybody watching.
And the lich is in your little lantern thing looking at like, who the hell did I piss off?
He's suddenly like, well, I got off.
Yeah, you hear like trying to speak to you.
Man, she really hates
Is it the silent smile or is it the lip?
The silent smile.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
you don't get to talk.
Like, if he keeps trying, I'm just gonna like at the lantern while not making eye contact.
Oh God. And then you hear like, oh. Because he can't vomit because he's just rotating.
No. I'm just flipping him off.
Oh, you're flipping him off.
I like the idea of you spinning the lantern to make him sick.
There's innocence in there. I wouldn't do that to them. So I've only used like 3 of the souls that I came here with.
Yeah.
So there's still 2 souls in there that are just chill dudes who I happen to have gathered once upon a time. Like,
I just happened to have gathered their souls.
as I wasn't.
Like it was like I was picking daisies as I wandered through a meadow.
Yes, very much so.
I mean, yeah, that's literally like they were souls that were lost on the frosty plains of the Shadowfell.
Yeah.
I was
They're
saving them.
much worse deaths than what they're experiencing right now.
The problem is, I forgot to set them free when I got back because I got sent to work with y'all, and it's been a little hectic ever since. So, like, those 2 dudes, I would like to release them at some point. Actually, I would like that to be a thing I do during the next 7 years, is I would like to let them go.
Into the Well of Souls?
Yeah.
Done.
Cool.
You just knock on the door of basically Nicholas's communication.
Ma'am?
Because she's got the freaking cube thing that allows you to just boop, done.
I have a deposit.
Yeah, exactly.
So
now that that's happened, now spinning the lantern is an option.
okay, but you still have the 2 liches.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Which
they
is
are
weird
just
because their
dumb
phylactery
fucking
is still at home, but she hijacked them
She's got
because
their
of
soul stuck.
yeah. So it's a weird, interesting of like, I guess we just live here now.
And hope somebody knocks off the bunny
And breaks the lantern.
and breaks the light.
But you do hear a
There's
conversation.
A lot of hope in there.
You do hear a conversation in the in your containment of like, we did kind of get lucky that she killed us and took our souls versus anyone else.
Like if they talk for too long, I start tapping on it like it's an aquarium.
And it comes through.
Yeah, it's literally the
Oh, see, I'm thinking like if I'm there
Finding
while
Nemo.
she's sneaking around going, "Hi, the rabbit's right here." It comes out as a little teeny whisper at the top of the lantern.
See, as soon as you said supersonic stealth mission, my brain pulled that random piece of trivia. Is that the U.S. Air Force at one point had a jet-powered propeller aircraft.
yeah.
The outer 18 inches of the propeller was in a constant state of breaking the sound barrier, so it created a sustained sonic boom at idle on the ground, powerful enough to knock people over.
Jeez.
And once it was airborne, it didn't get any better. So the first test pilot that went up in it had a 4.5-minute flight, landed it, got out, and said, "There ain't enough of you, and you ain't big enough to get me back in that thing." That was what my brain went to. The supersonic stealth mission. I was like, I have a visual for this. Just a sustained sonic boom that you cannot see what's making it. It's just there.
Yeah, that's everything I aspire to be. Yeah.
Just imagine a sustained sonic boom heard 25 miles away.
Jesus. And I imagine that every time someone takes a crystal pick, because you're going through the magical kingdom of Varosia, anyone on time takes a crystal pick to take a photo, will you be blurry or will you momentarily stop for that one frame?
Oh, she totally photobombs. She's there standing next to the. She's there standing next to the Empress, giving bunny ears for the official
that
portrait.
Absolutely.
It's random, but
Held
it's
still for
enough.
just that one.
One single frame.
She got to watch the shutter open. She stepped into frame, held still, watched the shutter close, and then left.
100%.
Like when they develop video, she's in one frame of video.
Yeah! It's creepy! You'll become the haunted lady of the cameras.
The other thing that happens is the stories regarding Santa Claus start shifting because all of a sudden Santa has become much smaller.
And leaves baked goods.
Yes.
Instead of taking the cookies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's go out and search for the
So you
the
return,
muffins that the
no one
that
the
the
wiser.
bunny leaves behind.
You know
Bunny claws.
So
The
I
Draco-lich-
return, we have our little meeting thing, and I drop the skin of the silent smile in front of everyone.
Blur used
And-
meatloaf in front of you.
No, skin sack.
Got him.
There's no meat.
Ooh, what?
That was a person?
You remember that thing? That you
thought
wouldn't
you
let
made
me
me
kill?
sit and work.
You remember that guy?
All right,
You remember the guy
fine.
who took my stuff? And you wouldn't let me kill him because you wanted information? Got him.
Oh, I thought you want me to cook this?
You hear a little muffling.
You know, I'm still available to have a conversation. I'm listening. Oh, by the way, also, got him. Show yourself. Show him. Show him.
You like, and when you looked, it's like a bunch of like cloudy mist, and then you see like this plastered side of it. So, I'm actually okay being in here. It's a better alternative.
Stop talking. Got him.
There is something fundamentally wrong with you.
Would you like that list alphabetical, categorical, or chronological?
Or we can turn it into leather. It's really up to you.
Do you want to make like a suit out of it? I mean,
I got what I wanted.
I would recommend lotion because
It'd make a great costume for the hero in an epic play that I'm writing.
Cool, let's do that.
yeah.
Alright,
I know,
so
I
mission report.
All right. Yeah, well, that's obviously something that we need to put a stop to.
I didn't realize. I thought it was food. No, I'm not eating that.
Okay. That's yeah.
Yes, you know. And I don't condone anyone wearing it either because the lotion and hoses just don't work together.
See, part of me wants to make some kind of clothes out of this because I'm already wearing a part of the Exalted Claw. Mm-hmm. To wear part of the Silent Smell. Just every time we meet a named dragon, I'm like, what kind of garment do you think you'd best be represented by?
You look like you'd be a hat.
To be fair, every dragon has to go with that. Like, oh, everyone sees me as wardrobe.
You know,
I'm actually wearing boots from one, clothes from another.
It doesn't matter if you're chromatic or metallic. It's like I am physically valuable.
you could
to my
turn him
raid
into a
blood.
loincloth.
I don't need him at all. You guys make stuff.
You could-
Okay, look, so desert.
We're gonna
In the
fashion you a
desert.
new loincloth.
In the desert.
We'll fashion you a new loincloth. Complete with like an actual undercarriage portion, just so prevents some accidental viewings.
It was specifically in the open field, known as the Field of Sleeping Blades.
Okay, so Field of Sleeping Blades. This army comes out. They all fall down dead. That motherfucker was there killing people.
Hello.
Were there lots of flowers in this field? It's just something I saw once.
Yes.
Yes.
Poppies.
Poppies.
And then, if you'll notice, outside of the death drop, there's these little dots around it. Those little dots are where the undead went off to. I would have followed them, but I was busy.
Preoccupied is the word you're looking for.
Busy.
So
I had to fulfill an obligation that I had been denied previously.
By the way,
I
the
would wonder
boots-
then. We have to wonder where were these dead souls going to?
They were mines
If you
of some kind.
are a Draco-lich, you need to eat something.
Your dog is eating something.
You need to consume something.
So-
Oh god, come on, dude.
You're right on the nose, by the way. You don't even have to roll. Bravo, being a nerd, Brian.
Something has to be consumed to fuel that kind of fire. Come on.
Are you down a magic item?
No, I'm down part of a character sheet. Don't worry about
Oh, okay.
Another version of Vedic.
it. Yes. Well, no, actually, I think it was one of the early versions of Drake.
Ah!
Oh, I wanted it to be better because then Asimov would get experience. Good buddy.
Asimov is now level 3. And he says, action surge.
All right.
We've decided.
Well-
He's a
He
paladin.
gets to choose his subclass.
Do we need to go investigate these mine caves shafts?
Yes.
Okay.
They are deep in Verosian territory.
My dogs are
That sounds like a problem for the
Go ahead and make an
Russians.
intelligence check on the group, just everyone.
Oh, this
Can
will
I
be grand.
Sure.
Well,
One
she said on
person.
the group, or you said on the group, right?
Yeah, so
all
you
of
can
us?
help one person.
I will help him.
Heck, roll with advantage. And surprisingly, he's smarter than you, actually.
Yes. Yes, he is.
Really?
I have a minus on it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I rolled actually pretty decent. Yep.
So if it's just straight intelligence, no
Straight
proficiency,
intelligence.
21.
Like,
21?
I'm just helping orient you on the map. Like, right over
16.
here, this is what
16?
17.
17. Right
Wait,
into his
hell.
ear.
Yeah. Hey, you want to know something?
Believe it or not, I did it myself.
16 is higher than 17. No, really, it is. You just learned to count wrong. Would you like to make a insight check to see if I'm lying?
He has that many fingers and toes. You are not going to get this one.
I used to have that many fingers and toes.
Oh, you don't!
Asshole! Asshole!
He only ever went to 12.
And that's the explanation on why.
16. He's quadactyl. Figured it out, right?
The explanation on why you two didn't figure this out was because of that interaction and still doing it. All right, Vedic. Plus having a little bit of experience of dealing with this Draco-lich specifically. If you were dealing with secrecy stuff and one of your top agents just disappeared in the field of where you were gathering and fueling whatever you were doing as a Draco-lich in the area that you were gathering undead, and your best agent just disappeared in that area, what would you do? The answer is you would move the resources.
I would move. I was just thinking I would
move the resources. So by the time that she returned and by the time you get there, it's going to be gone. There'll be signs of undead movement, but
it'll be gone, but that kind of operation doesn't move overnight, so there will still be something there.
So there might be something there.
And I can get there before everyone else can to start tracking.
It'll still take about a week of travel.
Sure.
Unless you're taking your skyship. In that case, that's going to be some swashbuckler pirate ship stuff. Like literally going to the enemy territory and then having Verosian skyships attempting to swarm your airship.
I mean, we have a mercenary company, is all I'm saying. We have several mercenary companies. We've been.
We have actual people to man these ships.
We have a mercenary company. We have which is probably the relentless side. That's the mundane shit. We have an adventuring troop, and we have an information network.
Yes, you do. And I will say this, I didn't bring this up. Morg, council member of the Temple Thought, this armless, skeletal-looking bot, comes over towards you, figuring it out that you are multiple people in multiple places at the same time.
And
there's like
no law against it.
No, it's just like
all of my identities pay their taxes.
No, yeah, it's like I don't. It's like let me make it simple. I don't care that you're doing this. I'm just impressed and wish to collaborate on other bigger scales if you're so interested. Potentially bringing 2 information campaigns into one to better combat in Verosian territory. If you are interested.
I could be convinced.
Can you be convinced?
Yeah, that's what I just said. I could be convinced.
So, it's up to you if you want to work and what do you want. And because she's not going to tell you everything.
Well, I'm not going to exactly invite him to me and Lavi Quix's book club. But
no, exactly. It's like, this is 2 different spy networks of like, so you're a spy organization.
It's canon. Lavi Quix has a book club.
That's awesome.
He's also terrible at archery.
Yeah. But he will tell you a bit of information to begin this trust negotiation. That he has several implanted agents inside the city capital.
You're currently masquerading as a trash can.
No. And this is where
and you're the third one.
This is where he brings up...
I know, I'm one of them.
Yeah, one of them. No, he brings up they've learned how to tame mimics and wrap it around forgelings.
Ooh, cool.
Gross.
So that they look and feel like organic. And if they're attacked, now you're attacking a mimic and a forgeling.
That's actually kind of neat.
Yeah. And it's also the terrify factor. It brings up like, yeah, this is a whole like secret agent thing when they were part of the Thiesel Committee. It's part of the darker history of the Forge.
When you lay down to sleep and your pillow has teeth, that's a mimic.
I think you guys are reading Eyes and Prejudice.
I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what Nick was saying, but I came up with that. So.
I thought we were reading Psy Robot.
So if you're willing to give a little...
Sorry.
So if you're willing to give a little after her Morg's attempt in gaining some trust and business equity, you will have expanded spy networks.
Yeah, I'm sharing information. The thing is, the purpose of having this vast information network is so we can position ourselves and actually both countries to be better situated for when this Tarrasque thing happens. So all of the other goings-ons, all the potential scandals that could be used to accomplish things, I don't give two shits about.
Oh, and on a natural 20, Morg is very interested on the things that you've been doing that is, like, very weird in the beginning, but she's, like,
starting to put shit together.
She's starting to put shit together, like, all right, what do you know?
Did she find the dude with the whiteboards in the street?
No, he's been in the basement.
She has a copy of the whiteboard. She actually has a live feed of the whiteboard. Because you guys left it at the house. So she's like, yeah, I've seen that whiteboard.
Oh, there's no way anybody has snuck into our house.
No, but what they did in advance, Quill updates them on everything that happens in that house.
Oh.
If you're going to be in the city and they give you a butler, I mean, yeah.
All right. Not that I'm
I would like to point out that makes her a bad butler then, because like part of professional butler training is not disclosing shit.
She doesn't disclose everything, just national
security stuff.
National security shit.
Once there's a realization there's a threat to the nation,
yeah, I should probably report this.
I don't know. I think Alfred would be disappointed.
Alfred would be disappointed.
So would Tim Curry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he'd also try and kill us. So
with a
revolver in the lobby.
Wrench.
No, he had the pistol.
And it was in the kitchen, wasn't it?
In the conservatory.
Now that you have that, and she wants to know everything.
And this is not. I'm not lying to her. I'm just steering her to information that is enough for them to act on without giving away the whole thing. Like, look, there's a big threat coming. Here's what you need to be doing to prepare for it. I can't give you more information on what it is specifically without.
And then she will counter of like, not giving you this information would make it additionally harder to convince the other ones, the other members of the council, in order to assist in this counteractive measures of an invisible enemy and or soon-to-be potential enemy due to your time wizard shenanigans.
I'm not my time wizard. My shenanigans are cheeky and fun. His shenanigans are evil and tragic.
I literally, out of pleasure some way, killed 4 Vedeks this week.
Honey, you got a way to go to get onto my scale.
I understand that, but that's why I'm saying time shenanigans.
I'm just thinking like I've killed 4 Vedeks, and I'm just saying like I killed the one that was trying to ascend and stole his deity.
No, it wasn't a flex. It wasn't a flex.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is that there's stuff happening, and I need legitimate understanding of stuff is out of my pay grade.
My persuasion is a 41 if I'm going to give you all the information that you need to know.
And I can't combat you on this. I can't intimidate you. I can't say, oh, I'll kill your children.
Oh, no, and that's the thing is, I'm not going to, I'm going to tell them, look.
No, and I'm speaking as Warbrick.
Yeah, Time Wizard shenanigans. Yeah. Yes, our Time Wizard has seen a threat coming. It is also beyond the scale of what your nation can handle without assistance and specific preparations. And I will break down remember that forest we planted? There's reasons we're going to need bows.
In that case, is it potentially possible of your influence and greatly unexaggerated charismatic capabilities, would you be able to speak to the Kodal Dynasty and or the Thieso Committee to possibly get them to ally with each other?
Of course.
And I'm assuming it's in the Verosian Empires. A lot of movement seems to be going that way.
Yes. And it's like, yeah, of course I can speak at their council. In fact, I'm already on the docket.
Yes.
1341.
The Vedic guild count.
Then I will count on your capabilities and your interesting methods to handle the Thesians and the Kodal Dynasty. Mm-hmm. You already have connection with the diplomat, if I remember correctly. So the turtle dancing in front of the House of Interest a few weeks ago.
I don't remember that at all. It was apparently a good night.
It's seared into everyone else's retinas.
One of the nights was just like a bender that I don't remember.
Accurate.
It did generate the phrase, I'll diplo your mat.
For the interest of security, so that we do not have a pissed off half-dragon kobold, please put this on Vedek, whether he knows it or not, so that we know that he is the Vedek that we keep, and then we hunt the other ones.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
And it is like a small little crystal that is literally a psychic crystal.
Yeah.
It's just a small little pulse of...
It's like a scrying sensor.
Yeah,
Correct.
the radiant celestial energy isn't a dead giveaway.
They don't know that.
Look at him! It hurts the retinas!
Yeah, but he also employs like 4 dudes to just shine hooded lanterns at him at all times.
Yeah,
so
Warlock
he's
1,
never
2, and 3.
casting a shadow.
Yeah, Warlock 1, 2, and 3.
It's just like, and then there's like Quinn is like, all right, this is Vedek we're talking about. This is a being of unimaginable magical power and prescience and sentience. Like, how am I? No, wait. Hey, Vedek, I made you an earring. Ooh!
I like this. Hang on, I don't have it.
Piercing it.
No, like he pulls out like a little scale. And I don't know.
It's radiant.
Excellent.
How am I going to convince Vedek to wear it? Wait, appeal to his vanity.
It is.
It is sparkly and it pulses too.
Excellent. Very,
Perfect.
very excellent.
It's like enchanted to just
Yeah,
sparkle.
it sparkles / pulses.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, yeah. Okay, so you are able to, with her assistance, get some information deeper in the actual Verosian headquarters, so to speak. Now, how accurate they are, hard to say. It's always a information war. Apart from that, we need to wrap up in the next 10 minutes due to time constraints. Sorry.
Okay, so to help Nick out, let's take the airship and go.
Yep.
Balls out. We need to find this out.
Fucking amazing, and I
The big one? The big
one.
airship?
We are taking the big airship. We are
Do we have
manning
enough,
it.
do we have enough crew?
We have an adventurers guild, and we have
I mean, mine will definitely stand watch and man the ship. Like,
we have a
They're the
couple.
guards in front of the toilet.
We have a couple
No,
of
it's
solid.
like, we have the really boring parts of the flight where nobody's really engaged and they're just like,
Do you remember when we were like level 5-ish and we were just starting? And think about the course of the timeline in the game is 6 months that we managed to level and progress and collect gear and what. Now imagine if somebody who knew stuff in advance was guiding that along, how much further we could have gotten. So we have a bunch of those. We have at least a handful of advanced adventurers that we have cultivated in 6 months that we can stick on this ship and take with us.
Do you want to be 3 or 6 months?
I thought it was 6.
It was like, we were like 6 months in by this point. Because you'd said 3 months had passed, and then what are you doing over the next 3 months?
True, yeah, I did say that. So yeah, 6 months.
I'm sorry, it took me 6 months to find this motherfucker. I stabbed him
Yes.
2 extra times.
He is a spy expert. Was a spy expert.
Past tense. It's good that we start discussing this man.
Yeah.
Let's just get it. Let's just get
And the
it
amount of
into our
information that you
lexicon
get
now.
takes a long time. Taking out a deeply rooted Draco-lich of a green, ancient, dead dragon
Yep.
that's in the heart of a magical Verosian empire that has a magical circle. And now with the information, actually,
We take our warship, we take our advanced
with the
adventures,
DC 30,
and we go piss in her Cheerios.
yeah, with the DC 30, the last bit of information you get is that the Verosian capital is actually, and you recognize this being on one that you've built yourself, is a long lost Spelljammer's city hell.
Oh,
The city
goodness.
picks up. Okay, well,
Yeah, and that
is this,
tome.
is this where
Who has the tome again?
is this where Drake is at?
You have the tome? You sure you got the tome?
Yes.
You sure?
No,
Is-
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you.
you're correct. No, Drake is back at the city.
remember,
that we just
alternate
found.
reality.
You
Oh, yeah.
have to learn that Drake is safe and in that town.
There's missing posters of Drake's
But
face.
in another place, he's dying in a prison.
I've never been to that place. I don't care.
All right.
But the city itself is actually, and now you don't know which helm it is, but there are very few giant city ziggurats that come to mind. Do you want to roll a history check real quick?
Woo!
Yeah.
The Verosian Empire's city is a ziggurat like yours, Vedic.
It's a ziggurat. Let's be clear, mine is
Was that
much
just times the
Was that
size.
just him? Was it
Just
him?
him, yeah.
Okay.
Because he would be the only one with relevancy.
So-
24.
24? Okay, yeah. You don't remember the name of it, but yeah, this is on the downfall of the Tyrant King, the red dragon that, metallic, that was the direct opposition of the Queen, had a city ziggurat just like
Where do you
everyone
think
else.
I got the idea?
Yeah, it went missing when it was supposedly going down, when the king fell.
Is this somehow related
It's
to
pro-
our green dragon bitch?
She's
Or is-
probably in there, and if you remember prophecies of old that I told you a long time ago, almost a year ago in real time,
Okay.
you remember the book being the key to rise the city. The tome is now you understand it, is literally the thinking part of the ziggurat. It is literally all the calculations needed to basically run the
It's the
computer.
hard drive.
It's the hard drive that runs the inner parts to
It's
make the city
operating
run.
system.
Yeah. That's what they are missing. That's what they need. And it takes a hell of a lot of processing power in Arcane in order to make a city of that size float.
Okay. The plan does not change.
And
But you just saw different parts.
your ziggurat's bigger than that ziggurat?
No. It's 3 times the size. The city.
Oh, wow. So, yes. So, since we're comparing the size of ziggurat, this...
You
that
just happen to
was-
see
that was
the blueprints
three.
Yeah,
of the
size definitely matters.
of Vothmare.
It took me so long to track this guy down and kill him. It's like it took me so long to establish this organization. Do you know how long it took me to start a rebellion against a monarchy, form a democracy, and then get myself elected to lead that democracy?
About 3 months.
So the Shadow Monarch is merely trying to rise its destroyed civilization.
Yeah, we're gonna go put a stop to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cue the Top Gun theme of us loading into the aircraft carrier and taking off in the sunset.
I absolutely love this image. I want it to be super you guys are all slow motion walking and I'm pulling cinnamon rolls out of the oven.
Now, are you taking... No, just to be clear, you're taking the big ship.
The big ship.
The big ship that hasn't been named yet.
Lollipop. It's a good ship.
Actually... oh,
I don't get the joke. I will confess, I do not get the joke.
you don't know about the good ship Lollipop?
No.
It's a sweet trip to the candy shop.
I assume it's a song or
Shirley
something?
Temple.
Okay.
Okay.
It was also a reference made by Riker in one of the early episodes of Star Trek. The
I
Next Generation.
literally have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, you have... All right.
But anyway, that it literally took a minimum crew of most likely 40 to 50 in order to run that ship properly. You got it if you take all your... You have your at least 100 plus a few Warlocks if you want to take every single one.
Information network needs to stay in
Information network needs to stay in
On
information.
the other hand, if you've got some advanced operatives who could be sent out as skirmishers...
That's exactly... Well, I was thinking scouts. They don't skirmish, they scout.
Fine.
You probably have a few people in the near the blades because a lot of undead were there, and it's like, why?
Yep.
She just happens to find why.
Yeah. She found the why. Now they're investigating where these,
the mines were.
Like, hey guys, there's mines here, and instantly, like, Quinn was like, "Hey guys, I got some. Can we shift some asset?" Yeah, thank you.
And they come back literally like those mines are technically still open and owned. But because
How quickly can we buy them?
That's their thing. And then Todd's crew, are you just like doing the boring jobs for...
I'm taking half of my guys with, and then the other half they're gonna stay back, and they're just gonna do the general like heartburn maintenance and keeping everything going pretty okay. They're gonna, there's gonna be like long food treks that they have to go on because somebody didn't order enough flour, and they're gonna be the ones making that happen.
They're gonna be the ones assigned to granny duty all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like,
the two that are coming with me, one is going to be basically training up as a helmsman.
okay.
And then
Oh, he gets an exciting job.
no, he's probably just going to be doing the long haul parts for nothing exciting. Really
Compared to
happens.
the other work, he's like, yeah, yes.
I'm happy you're happy.
I'm not happy. I'm just ready to get out.
And then the other one is going to be basically sitting down with my lantern and trying to extract the information regarding where the phylacteries of the liches are.
Oh, okay.
Because I will eventually go and destroy those. But somebody needs to torment them while I'm not actively doing it.
The immediate answer is, let us loose and we'll show you.
Yeah, they're not stupid.
Okay. Look, they have to try. It's like, yeah. Just, destroy the container and we'll show you where it is. So we'll get to that. All right, I got to build a mega ship. Is most of your horde on the ship?
Yeah, we have like a vault built into
Here's my
the
list.
ship, don't we?
It comes with a vault.
Yeah.
It's a dragon ship. It comes with a vault.
That's where we've put the stuff, the extra stuff.
Okay, without further ado, stay healthy, stay safe, and keep on rolling, everyone. Bye.
And let's do our group pick here. There's a lovely group pick.
Flash? Oh.
And then we're going to close out with a video intro with more art as well. Have a great night, good evening, everybody.
The OnlyFans foot cam.
OnlyFans foot cam.
I cannot help but notice the world is not the same as when we all got started, and we know who's to blame. No turning back now to try to be insane. For what's beyond the veil, too vivid to explain. Faceless behemoths haunt my dreams, seeking to steal my sanity. I will not stand down, won't back away, as long as you're with me. Together we roll, together we roll. I'll fight for you, will you fight for me? Together we roll, together we roll. I'll protect you, just as long as you stand with me. Together we roll. The gods look down on us, we're just a game to them. Eldritch monstrosities at their unholy whim. But we will stand up, we'll shout a battle cry. The future beckons us and we'll stand unified. There's something coming